Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, hello, hello. It's wonderful to be able to connect with you. Wonderful to be able to say hi. How are you? What is going on? Where you be? What you got happening? Blessings, blessings, blessings unto you. Yeah, blessings unto you. So, hello, hello. Um, so good morning. If you are watching live, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It is a blessing to be with you. If you are doing the hashtagging it, good morning, Letitia. Letitia Wright, good morning. If you are hashtagging it and replaying it, cool, cool, cool. I love it. I love it. If you are the silent partner, and I may never know you're watching. All right, then do what you do. If you are, if you are gonna be used by Papa at some point down the road, when I need that little boost of keep going, keep doing, make it happen. Yeah, yeah. If you are that, then yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't plug in my phone last night. Either way, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for who you are. I'm grateful for how you show up. I'm grateful for what you will bring to this encounter. Because we're better together, right? We benefit from being with each other. So thank you. Thank you for what you bring. Judith. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Judith. Good morning, dear. Good morning and welcome. Good morning. So just looking at yesterday we were talking about I don't even know how I entitled it yesterday. Um mm, interesting. Interesting. What did I call it yesterday? At any rate, today we are darn it. I didn't look at it to see what the title was yesterday. Good morning, Sherry Naylor. Good morning and welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. So good to see you. So I'm looking because I like to. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The wake is behind. The wake is behind. Good morning. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning. Good morning. So the wake is the trail left behind the boat, right? The wake is the trail left behind the boat. The question becomes, can the trail that is left behind uh, determine the direction of the boat? So you know all the water that's left behind when we go through it. Can it determine the direction of the boat? And so, of course, we would say no, it cannot. It cannot determine. What determines the direction of the boat is the driver, right? The driver and the driver's focus determine the direction of the boat. So the wake is that which is behind us, that which we've experienced, our history, and all of that, right? Our life story, if you will, is a part of the wake, is that. Now, can our life story determine the direction of our life today? It depends on what we focus on in the story, right? That depends on, and actually, it's not the story, it's what we're doing now that's determining the direction of our life, not what has happened, but what we're doing now. And so, the wake in and of itself, that frosty water, the waves that are behind us, cannot determine the direction of the boat. It cannot, but we actually believe that it can, because the story we tell ourselves is, I'm like this because of that water behind me. We're going in that direction because the water behind us, right? The disturbance of the water behind us is determining what we do, how we do. Good morning, Keisha Yearby. Good morning and welcome, sis. Right? So we often would tell ourselves, I am this way because of what's behind me. So the person who wrote this story about the wake, they say it's not the wake, it's not the water, it's not what's behind the boat that determines the current trajectory of the boat. The wake can't drive the boat. The wake is simply that which is the trail that is left behind. Can the trail of your life that is left behind determine where you go today? What determines the direction of the boat? Can the trail left behind determine the direction of the boat? So I'm asking you, what determines the direction of your life? Is it the trail of your life, or is it you now who are driving your life, i.e., driving the boat? So think about just that. Think about you're in a boat, and every part of the water that you go through, it leaves a trail. And the direction of your boat, is it going to be determined by that trail? Does the trail get to dictate whether your boat goes right or left, whether your boat stands still, or if your boat speed up faster or moves with a crawl and a snail's pace? Does the water, the trail you left behind, the disturbed water back there, does it determine any of that of the boat? No, the driver of the boat determines the direction of the boat. Now, so often we live our lives saying, I am this way because of my trail. Because this happened to me, then that's why. And that's really the part of the story that I kept telling myself around money, because of my childhood, because of growing up in poverty, because of this, that, and the other. That's why I experienced this or that. That's why I did this and didn't that. Where actually that's an influence, right? It was an influence, but it really was the fact of what story I was presently telling myself about the wake. It's really what you do now, not what happened. Is what you do with what happened that determines the direction of your life now. So it's so important for you to be able to not continue to look back and say that my lived experiences are imprisoning me now, because we get to choose in the present moment the direction of our life. We get to choose in the present moment the direction of our life. I'm going to say that again. We get to choose in the present moment the direction of our life. We really do. I'm not saying that there aren't emotional experiences or physical reactions. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying as long as we continue to tell the story that we are because of the trail of our lives, then the trail will continue to dictate the direction of our lives. As long as we continue to give the trail of our lives power, then that will dictate the rest of our lives. And so you think about someone who, I don't know, they went outside and fell on ice and hurt themselves. Then the rest of their lives, they're telling this story about how they went outside in the winter and fell on. That's why they don't go outside in the winter and play, whatever. That's why they don't, like the winter. That's why they don't. Well, yeah, as long as we tell that story, that's what we will get. That's the trail. The trail cannot determine the direction of the boat. It cannot. It is the driver of the boat that determines the direction. And the focus The driver's focus is going to determine the direction of the boat. So, beloved, what is your focus? What is your story? What are you rehearsing? It's that thing that's going to determine your outcome, the direction of your boat. That thing will. Not what has happened. Not what has happened. But it's the story you tell around what happens that really determines the direction of the boat. I mean, there's so many people, us included, right? At different levels, that if they continue to look back and say, this happened to me, therefore. No, 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 no. Many people, it doesn't make sense why they've been able to accomplish and push past and live for today. For many people, it doesn't make sense. And the reason that they are able to, that we are able to, because we move from today, like we leverage today and not allow yesterday to be a dictating factor of what we see, experience, what we call forth in our present time. So the trail that's left behind, beloved, does not determine the direction of the boat. It can't. The trail can't. But you do. You, the driver of the boat, determines the direction of the boat. So where's your boat going? What direction are you moving in? Right? And is it the direction you want to be moving in? Is that direction you want? Is it do you want to? If you don't, then change the direction of the boat. If you don't, change the direction of the boat. If that's not what you want to do, change the direction of the boat. Right? So we get to choose. That's the point. That is the point. A lot of times it doesn't feel like we get to choose. I understand that. It doesn't feel like, it feels like the wake, the trail that we've left behind, it feels often like that's all powerful. And that's the determining factor of everything about us, everything that we will do, every direction we will go into, all of the influences that we have. But it's just not true, beloved. It's just not true. It does not get to determine the direction of our lives. It does not unless we allow it to. So which direction do you want to go in? At what speed do you want to travel? What would you like to experience? So if you tell yourself, well, I'll never experience this because of the trail that I've left behind. Okay. Okay. And to a certain, and the trail that's left behind, my life experiences. To a certain degree, there's certain things that we might not be able to experience depending on where we are in life and some of the things, right? There's some things that's just physically, humanly possible. But how can you get a version of that? How can you get some experience like that? And then whatever having that experience was going to get you, the life satisfaction, the joy, the fulfillment, the whatever, you can still have life satisfaction. You can still have joy. You can still have fulfillment. It may come from another thing, but you can still have, because actually so many of the things that we desire in life, it's really for what we will experience in having the things. It's the the feeling that we'll get in the having of the thing. Beloved, the feeling is still available. The feeling is still available. It's still available. Right? Life satisfaction is still available. Joy is plenteous and still available. Fun and laughter is still plenteous and available. But if we tell the kind of story that says, because of the things that happened to me in my past, laughter is not available for me. Are you kidding me? It is available. Do you know one of the most interesting things that I find to be very life-giving is for those of us who, when we have loss, significant loss, if we'll come together and share stories that are connected with that loss, do you realize how much life we give ourselves in the middle of loss? How much life? If we share authentic stories, because there are times, have you ever been with someone, in a company of folk, and there's been a loss, a death, and there's a group over in the corner who are cracking up, who are laughing, who are having a good time, and there's something inside of us, oh, I can't think of the word, just a little off. There's something inside of us that says we're not supposed to be laughing during this time. Really, really. Especially when the laughter is coming from a place of, we're talking about the loved one, and we're talking about something connected to them, and it's something hilarious. I talk about my sister who passed in December, and I talk about how one of the final times that I saw her, we were in a hospital. I went to visit her, and she just said, "Y'all getting on my nerves. Y'all getting on my nerves." She wanted to go home, and of course we couldn't. Well, I don't know. We thought we couldn't let her go home. She was like, "Y'all getting on my nerves," and I think she said something a little bit more aggressive than that. And so whenever I think about that, I crack up. And when I share the story with my family members, whatever, we laugh because we know she was feisty. It's part of her feisty personality, right? Yep, she said it, right? And so interesting. Yes, I've been able to laugh during times of grief. Laughter does good like a medicine. It does. It does. And so the point that I'm making with that is laughter is available for us, even in spaces that some people say it doesn't belong here. And I'm inviting us to not limit ourselves to what's not possible because of the wake, the trail that is left behind. The wake is the trail that's left behind in the boat when it goes behind water. And the driver of the boat never says, "Oh, the boat can't go in the right direction because of the trail that's behind us. The boat can't speed up fast because of the trail that's behind us. The boat can't change direction because of the trail that's behind us." Superimpose that concept onto your life, beloved. It's not true. You can go faster. You can change directions. You can slow down. You can, in spite of the trail of your life. In spite of the trail of your life, you still get to choose the direction of the boat. In spite of the trail of your life, you still get to choose the direction. And so I just really invite us to not get stuck, to not limit our life based upon the trail of our lives, to still go forward, to still press in, to still forge on, no matter what the trail looks like. The trail is the trail, but I invite you to forge forward, to press in, to keep going, no matter what. To keep going, no matter what. To keep believing no matter what, to keep hoping no matter what, to keep desiring no matter what, to keep going for it no matter what. Keep believing that it's possible for you no matter what. Because if you believe in that possibility, even if you don't get that version, you get a version more so than what you have right now if you're standing in unbelief. We are the breath in our body, right? It's a what did I say at the TV show? I said it's it's an advance. Our breath is an advance on what it is that we are to bring into the earth. What you doing with your advance? Are you squandering it? Or are you using it to bring to the earth the thing that only you can bring? right? In spite of the trail of our lives, we still get to choose to still go forward. We do. We still get to choose to go forward in spite of the trail. Like a boat it doesn't just stop in the middle of the water because of the trail that it left before. Because if it stops, then it's not leaving a trail. It's just sitting there. There is no trail, right? And our lives are to leave a trail, but we're not to be directed, and our life is not to be determined by the trail. I'm moving forward. I'm using to help children. I am using your life to help children. Yes, yes, yes. Right? So we get to determine what it looks like, beloved. We get to determine that no matter what, we're going to move forward, no matter what. And sometimes we get stuck, like when we've had loss and we think, what's the use? What's the point? They're not here. I'm not moving forward. That's the point. You're here. You are here. And that loved one would like pop you in your head. Like, what do you mean you're not moving forward? What do you mean you're staying here because they're not? Are you kidding me? You better move. You still get to move. You still get to have life. You still get to try it. You still get to do all the things they don't get to do on this side of heaven because you are in the natural form. Are you kidding me? I know my mama would pop me in my head if I'd be like, I don't want to because she's not here. Girl, you not what? My mama, my grandmama. My grandmama would be more inclined to pop you in the head than my mama. My mother wasn't really a popper per se. But my grandmama, she would pop you in the head. Girl, you better get your butt out there and whatever, right? You better go and I love it. I love that. I love that in them. I love that about them. That you don't get to lay down and play dead. You don't get to roll over. You don't get to go get in the corner and just say, Uncle, I'm done. No, that breath that you still breathing every day, that was an advance. Like publishers give writers advances. That was an advance for you to show up as the fullest, truest, and highest version of yourself. Then give you, well, no, I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, that was an advance. So use your advance to advance. I love that. Use your advance to advance. Use it to advance. So the breath that's in your body, use it to advance. The breath that's in your body, that advance that you get on life, the investment into you, use it to advance yourself, advance those around you, advance your community, advance society at large, advance the conversation, advance the, whatever it is. Use your breath to advance, beloved. Forward, on forward. No retreat. No retreat. No. So, I'm just saying, at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I, we don't even have the right to not be amazing. And look, this is the other thing. The best way to honor your ancestors is to live well. Use your advance to advance. Yes, yes, yes. And so, thank you, Letitia. Thank you. The show is going on. So spread the word that the show is going on. Oh, I keep forgetting to find out information and tell y'all about the show. So I'm going to look and see if it's on the website. If it's on YouTube. But the show was amazing and wonderful and life-giving. And Friday, we had our inaugural episode, and we were episode 2. Episode 2 is happening on Friday, this coming Friday, from 11:30 to noon. 11:30 to noon. I look forward to seeing you and call in. Hopefully they got the numbers and things straightened, and I'll check out with them hopefully today to make sure that we're all good and what needs to happen. But we're doing it. We're doing it. I am not allowing my trail. And in my trail was poverty. It no longer is. Not poverty of any kind. But it was there. And I am not allowing that. If I was to say that because I grew up in poverty, I could never have a television show, Last Friday could never have happened. So I have my own television show, Grace, thanks be to God, right? Thanks be to God for his blessings, his many blessings. But I believed it. I envisioned it. I walk it out, and it is. And the wake did not get to determine that it would not be. And actually, it's better to use our experience as a platform to stand on and not be drowned in it. I'm just saying. All right. I love y'all for real, a whole bunch. Talk to you later. Talk to you soon. See you tomorrow for sure.